Hey guys, this is Zane from Death by Leisure, and today I'm going to be reviewing Rage. Although the game doesn't really make a storyline clear, it's evident from the opening cutscene that an asteroid threat wiped out mankind, and you play as a superhuman created to rebuild the human race, or something like that. You awake over 100 years later and things have changed. For some reason, mutants now roam the wastelands, and you have to do something to fix the situation. A lot of people got into this game believing it was going to be another type of Fallout, an RPG, and this causes it to be its greatest downfall. Although not too strong in the story department, Rage is saved by its gameplay. The game is beautiful for a start. From the first reveal of the wasteland, we are gifted with some of the best graphics this generation for a style, taking obvious notes from Borderlands, but not in such a way that as you play you feel you need to constantly compare it to it. The game gives you the option to install this content, but at 3 discs long on Xbox 360, weighing in at 22 gigabytes, I didn't have the space on my 20 gigabyte original Xbox 360. The gameplay is where Rage really shines. The game revolves around shooting enemies as usual, but not around the world itself. Although the game is slightly immersive in the sense that you realise the scale, there is a lot of places you can't actually go, like invisible walls and such.
There's always someone looking for something, even me.
Your role in Rage is not to live as a member of the community or to fit in, but rather to fight for the resistance, which is why I believe it's more of an FPS than an RPG. And when you look at it like that, you can enjoy the game a lot more. Although the character models are outstanding, there's not a whole lot of character depth. You never really care about the characters you talk to. The main quests are usually search quests, which involve you going into an enemy hideout and finding a specific item that will allow whoever asks you to go find it to do something. It was never really made that clear. The enemy AI is revolutionary in itself. You can see someone dance about in pain from being shot, only to witness them comically and accidentally bang their head on a wall and knock themselves unconscious. You can shoot people in their limbs and you see them waddle or crawl across the floor as they're slowly dying. The most innovative weapon in the game is the wing stick. It's sort of like a boomerang and it takes off people's heads if you aim correctly. They'll continue running because of the smart AI, and it's quite funny to see them fall. The wing stick is usually your last resort weapon if your enemy gets too close, and it can take out most enemies even later on in the game with one hit if you hit them in the right place. Enemies run and duck away from you all the time. They swing around poles and dodge your attacks, but not enough to make you feel like the game is cheating you out of a kill. All in all, it makes the hits you do land feel more worthwhile, as they take a noticeable effect on the enemies. But on the other hand, you never feel like the upgrades you make to your weapons make that much of a deal. Even the armor upgrades feel pointless. I seem to die just as fast as before I bought them. The developers do a lot to make driving seem like a very important part of Rage. After all, the entire multiplayer is based on you driving around, a lot different from a usual shooter online multiplayer. Luckily, driving is fun, also taking a cue from Borderlands, but it's a shame that there's nowhere else that can be explored aside from the main 3 cities, and we're limited from driving from mission to mission rather than from town to town. But when I think about it, there's not that much. I think the number one problem I heard about Rage was this graphical pop pins, but to me it never really made that much of a difference. I understand on PC it's supposed to be a lot more intense, but on Xbox you really can just go over it. It's not a drawback at all. In conclusion, I can highly recommend Rage if you're looking for an FPS that has beautiful graphics, outstanding AI, and could actually prove to be a little bit of a challenge, even on normal difficulty. On the other hand, if you're looking for an RPG, Rage is not it. I cannot stress that enough. Please do not go into Rage thinking it's an RPG. Just accept Rage for what it is and enjoy it.